Let's face it, folks, the world of MSPs is chaos, and there's one antidote to that chaos, and that is, are you ready for it? Consistency. I'm going to tell you that actually what people want when they sign up for an IT support company is consistency. And unfortunately, in the wild world of technology and all the different possibilities of different devices and not working in different ways at different times, the complexity of the computer space actually means that consistency is hard to find sometimes. People, if you're an MSP and you have business clients, what they want is to be able to basically do their job every day. Computers by their nature are constantly changing with operating systems and stuff like that, and these companies hire you so that there can be continuity and consistency in their operations because they depend on these machines so that they can do their job. And basically they depend on the dudes who pick up the phone and help them. And when they send a ticket in, then those dudes are going to have to provide a consistent experience, and consistency is what is going to make your MSP grow. And a lack of consistency is what is going to make your MSP fail, what's going to make your users hate your MSP, and basically you'll lose a bunch of clients, and you won't be able to actually grow your MSP if you don't have consistency. So going right to the brand, what is the promise that you have to your clients? What's going to happen when they call in? What's going to happen when they email in a ticket? What's going to happen when they basically can't work? If there's an emergency, if a whole office of people can't work, what's your promise to them? And a lot of the time, techs are inconsistent in their response because of one big lack of consistency in the MSP space is because of documentation. The documentation is not consistent. So when people call with an issue, they might have had the issue twice now, and they call one time and the person can help them fix it immediately. And the second time, the person who picks up the phone can't help them because, well, they don't know that sort of thing. How can you regulate this? Well, by having more consistency, by having good ticket notes, consistent ticket notes from your techs, consistent documentation, so that the junior techs can actually see what's going on, how to fix things if things are well documented. As you grow your MSP, this will become even more important. It's not always easy to just be consistent in the way that your MSP solves problems, but also in terms of response time and what happens when they call. This is a big issue, actually. If you have technicians answering the phone, when the person calls in, are those technicians doing nothing? Probably not. I would hope not. I've been in a situation as a tech when I started in the MSP space in 2013 where I had 5 hours a week of work. I was available 9 to 5. When people called, I was consistently very happy to help them. And it was awesome. But if they're calling up and reaching a tech immediately and you're running a, efficient MSP with work to do, chances are that tech is doing something else at the same time. So by diverting them and having them do multiple things at once, as it may be necessary sometimes, if you constantly expose somebody to this, you're giving their job inconsistency, you're giving their ability to complete a task properly inconsistency, and you're giving your clients inconsistency because random people are going to be picking up random calls from random clients about random tickets at random times. And there's just so much inconsistency there. So I absolutely loathe calling customer service lines for banks and a lot of companies that are bigger because it's just, you don't know how long you're going to wait on hold. You don't know if the person you talk to is going to be able to help you. You don't know a lot of things. And I think MSPs are guilty of this in a lot of cases if they're patching through to random people. But if you have a dispatcher who always answers the phone and creates a ticket and assesses the urgency and consistently lays out a plan through which the ticket is going to be handled and ensures that the technicians are working on the work consistently, that the response time is consistent. The dispatcher is how you add consistency to your MSP. Another area of consistency is through the stack that you have for your clients. If you're only using Microsoft Office 365 as email, only using Cisco Meraki as your networking equipment, and you're only using, one type of laptop for all your clients and you're selling that to them, Then it's going to be really consistent. Your techs are going to be able to give consistent service because they'll know those panels, those technologies, those vendors to escalate to, and you can have a certain amount of consistency. Now, I know that's not the reality of how MSPs are run in all cases, but the best ones I've seen, the most consistent, the ones with the happiest clients, happiest staff, and easiest to grow businesses have this sort of consistency. So when people think of your brand, you want to provide something consistently. Yeah, one branding book that I read actually had the phrase that brands are like a brand needs to be disruptive in its consistency and consistently disruptive. So if all your MSPs are average sort of MSPs in the space, providing inconsistent service, you should be a premium provider that promises a certain consistency and actually delivers consistently. Thanks a lot. This is MSP Mountain. I'll catch you later. Subscribe if you like this channel. Thanks, guys.